Hey y'all, welcome back to Katie on the Flip Side. We are here today with another car chat. I wanted to give you guys a little update and talk to you about some things that I've been thinking about. If you are new here, first of all, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss anything. There's lots of stuff going on right now. And second of all, if you're not caught up, here's a little brief summary. A couple of weeks ago, Cullen put out a podcast talking about his struggle with addiction that he has been dealing with for a while. He's finally come to a place where he realizes and is ready to admit that he has a problem, that his addiction is a problem, and that he wants to get help, wants to get better, and wants to change his life. I made a video a couple weeks ago too talking about it from my perspective as the spouse of someone who struggles with addiction, and there have been a couple other different vlogs and podcasts talking about it, so I will leave y'all a playlist so you can just watch everything and get caught up if you want to. But what I wanted to talk about today applies to this situation and answers some questions that I've gotten, but it also applies to a lot of different situations for a lot of different people. So whether you're in a relationship with somebody who struggles with addiction or not, everybody has struggles of some sort. Everybody has things that they go through their day and they're like, oh my gosh, this is driving me crazy. I can't believe this keeps happening. Why does this keep happening to me? Why is my life so crazy? What's all this drama? And that was my life for the past year and a half of like, why is this happening to me? What is going on? Why can't this change? Why won't he change? Why can't I get my stuff together despite the fact that he's struggling? How come he keeps doing this to me and now I'm really off track and I'm not able to accomplish the goals that I want to because of his poor decisions and his bad choices? And that was my mindset, and I think that's the mindset for a lot of people who are in situations where they're struggling or somebody else is struggling, but there is something that you can do about it. And until I found the right resources and the right information, I didn't realize it. I realized that things weren't happening to me. They were happening for me. Cullen wasn't hurting me by his actions. I was allowing it to hurt me. I was allowing it to bring me down and cause me delays in my progress for any different area of life. So think back on the last year, in the past year. What are some things that were the hardest things for you? What parts upset you? What things made you angry? What little things, what big things kept happening over and over again that you were like, golly, why? Oh, it drives me crazy when blank. Fill in the blank. What are some things that you're still dwelling on because you were so hurt or you were so sad or broken by these things that happened? Now, I want you to think about why those things happened. Did they happen to you, or did you allow yourself to be in the situations and allow yourself to be affected by them? So for example, living in a home with a spouse that has an addiction problem. Can I change the amount that he drinks? Can I change the amount of time that he's gone? Can I force him to be emotionally connected again? Can I force him to help with the kids, to make a lunch, to take out the trash? I mean, I could nag and complain and push and make comments, and that was my go-to. That's all I knew to do. I felt like it was my responsibility in a negative way because I was becoming resentful. I was not happy about it, and it was just really frustrating that why do I always have to remind you of this? Why do I always have to be the one to blank? You have the power yourself to put yourself in an environment that is enjoyable. No, you can't change everything, and no, everything is not going to just immediately be perfect, but by setting some boundaries and what you're going to allow in your life and in your space, you can create the environment that you want to live in. I thought I had some boundaries. I thought a good boundary was, if you're using drugs, if I find out you're using drugs, then it's over and we won't be together. Okay, well, that's really vague. So what does that mean? And am I honestly going to enforce that if something happens? I realized that I had to find myself and what I needed for myself and be able to have the confidence in my decisions. So instead of setting a boundary that's basically saying you can't do drugs because that's controlling somebody else, that's putting a decision of what he's going to put into his body on me, and that's not healthy. So you are more than welcome to continue to make the decisions that you want to make, but it's not going to happen in my house or around me, or I don't want to be with you when you're under the influence of anything. And that's just the honest truth. That's not me wanting to control him. That's me not wanting to put myself in a situation where I feel uncomfortable. I don't feel comfortable with it, regardless of all the external things around why somebody shouldn't use certain substances or why they shouldn't be making the decisions they make. So that's honestly kind of a scary thing to say, because when I first kind of was reading some different things in different groups about codependency, about spouses of addicts and all different things, I thought, well, what if I say that and he chooses to just go and, continue to live the lifestyle he wants to, and we're not a part of it? I mean, that's not what I want, but that's a big part of the whole process of learning to detach yourself from their decisions and accepting the fact that it's going to work out the way it's going to work out. If that's not the environment you want to be around, you shouldn't even have to compromise your comfort and your security in your own environment because of worrying what somebody else will think. Well, what's everybody going to think if he does something crazy, or he's not acting right, or he misses some commitment that he's supposed to have because he wasn't being responsible? That's a responsibility I put on myself for a long time. Hey, don't forget you have this appointment. Hey, don't forget this. Hey, we have to be at this place at this time. Basically, nothing changes if nothing changes. And that seems really dumb and basic, but basically, nothing about the environment that's making you uncomfortable is going to change if you continue to do the same things and you continue to allow the same things to happen in your life. So when I first heard that, to me, that meant, okay, I can't allow this anymore. So I'm going to tell him he can't do that anymore. And that's just not what boundaries are about. Boundaries are about protecting yourself and your space and your environment. An important part of learning how to change something is looking at the things that you find yourself saying, oh, why does this keep happening? Like I said in the beginning. And then thinking, what do I want the environment to feel like? What do I want it to look like? What do I want to happen every morning when I wake up that I can control? Do I want to have an unpredictable routine where I don't know if my husband's going to be out of bed and helping with the kids, or if he's going to stay in bed until whoever knows when? In order to understand how you need to set the boundaries and change your environment, you have to know what you want your environment to look like. As I've learned so much about myself and our marriage and my environment and everything in my life over the past several months, I have become so much more aware of those things throughout the day that I find myself being like, God, why does this keep happening? And making that be a little mental trigger for me to go, okay, actually, you know what? That means I need to do something about it. I need to change something. I can keep this from continuing to frustrate me. What do I need to do to change it, to let myself be the one to set a boundary? Setting myself up for knowing what's going to happen has taken so much stress off of my life. The thing with all of this is that nobody can make these decisions for you. Nobody can tell you what your environment needs to be like around you for you to be happy and feel comfortable and feel relaxed. Of all places, your home should be a safe place. So y'all, basically, you can change your year. Don't let 2019 be a repeat of what happened in 2018 that frustrated you or left you feeling defeated or broken or hurt. Figure out what you can do for yourself to get the environment that you want for you. Whether that means staying in a situation and setting some boundaries to protect yourself, or whether that means completely removing yourself from a situation or a friendship or a job even that you're in that isn't conducive to you having stable mental health and emotional health. Nothing changes if nothing changes, and you are the only person who can change it. You're the only person who knows exactly what type of environment makes you comfortable, and it's probably different from the person sitting next to you or the person you grew up with, the household that you live in. For those of y'all who are in similar situations and are looking for some great resources, I've talked before about the book Codependent No More by Melody Beattie, and she has written Codependent No More, Beyond Codependency, and The New Codependency. They're all really great. There's also a podcast that I've recently found that's also a website. It's called Love Over Addiction, and the lady who does it, Michelle Anderson, is great, and she has some really, really amazing podcasts. If you scroll down the list and look for ones that are relevant as far as the title goes, all of the podcasts, I'm pretty sure, are also on her blog, like in written form if you prefer reading. Online support groups, search on Facebook for groups that are specific to your environment, whether you have a spouse that's addicted to this, that, or the other. there's a group for it, I promise, and there's people out there talking about it. A lot of the different groups use principles from Nar-Anon or Al-Anon, which are also amazing groups. They have online support, online message boards, online chat, online meetings, all kinds of different things, because I know with small kids and a family, it's not always easy to just up and go to a meeting in person every day. So research, look for people who have been in the same situation you've been in and listen to how they have found peace through their situation. Nothing is going to change if you don't make it a priority to change things for yourself. Y'all don't know how much we have appreciated all your love and support and stories and positive comments and everything through this whole process that we've been going through. It's been a stressful time, but an exciting time, because we are making plans for the future. We're setting new goals, setting new routines and new habits, and trying to figure out the best way to live our lives so that we can be happy and create an absolutely wonderful, positive environment for ourselves and for our children. As I said in the beginning, if you are new and you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, because I'm going to be talking about our journey and our process as we work through all of this. I'm also working through the KonMari process throughout my entire house. I've done my closet, Cullen's done his closet, and I've done Gaines's closet. And there's still a ton of stuff to go through in our house. I'm really excited for you guys to all go on this journey with us and to be able to share this. Thank you for letting me share and being here through all of it. I will see you guys Sunday night for a live stream here on this channel. Also live on Instagram, KatiePie07. Don't miss it. It's always fun. And I love hanging out with you guys. It's like the best night of the week. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.